Welcome everyone. My name is Melissa Munoz and I am this year's president for Sigma Epsilon Mu.
Hello, my name is Alex and I am the vice president for Sigma Upsilon. So a quote that is dear to all of our hearts is, "You are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with," by John Deere. This is because if you ask a lot of people, including myself, why we joined SUM, my personal reason is because I wanted to be around people who help me achieve my goals and be around people who have achieved my goals or the goals that I want to achieve in the future, and kind of are acting as like a ladder and telling me step by step what to do.
Yeah, so similar to Alex, for me, it was definitely the mutual influence, the mutual ambition that everyone has. So, growing up, I had, what some of my family members or friends would say are crazy ideas, unachievable. And, going into that room full of people, it was insane. My crazy ideas weren't so crazy anymore. And if anything, they encouraged the elevation of those ideas. So, that's something that SUM has done for me, and that's something that we hope that SUM can do for you guys as well. So who are we? One of the things that we definitely pride ourselves on is being a co-ed entrepreneurship fraternity. So, you'll definitely see a multitude of people from different areas, different fields. Alex is from the finance world. Myself, I'm from the psychology world. So you definitely have a good melting pot of people for reference, for, the exchanging of ideas and opportunities. And that's something that as an entrepreneur, it's very important. It's very foundational for any business that you're creating, any business that you're joining. We do this through the structure of ABLE. So it includes achievement, it includes brotherhood, as well as leadership and entrepreneurship, of course. So a big thing that we strongly believe in SUM is facta non verba. So it means deeds, not words. You can have a great idea, but if you don't share that idea, if you don't execute on that idea, no one will ever know that it's a good idea, and that includes yourself. So, we definitely go forefront with that mentality. Just try it out, execute. It doesn't have to be perfect, but try. In this picture, you guys will actually see a good mix of alumni, actives, pledges. And the great thing about this is that we not only just talk the talk, we create as well. So on the left, you'll see all the businesses that our alumni, our actives have created. And on the right, you'll see all the great businesses that they have joined. So, whether you want to create a great business or you want to be a part of one, we give you the resources to do both, essentially.
Someone that we would like to bring up in our presentation is someone who is very active in the program. When I say active, he's almost there every single week. His name is William Boomer Baker. We call him Boomer. Boomer has helped me with a couple projects. My podcast that I started about a year and a half ago, he helped me market that. And then he also helped me work on front-end development, which is web design, when I was starting up a little startup called the Food Tours. Much respect to the man. He stayed up until 2 a.m. Some nights, 1 a.m. another night, just to help me bring my website to exist. And he also helped me with Facebook ads and everything in between.
Yeah, so alongside Alex, I've gotten to see Boomer in different aspects, from being pledge director, when he would strategically plan, the value of workshops and try to integrate it into each one. For the pledges, all the technical skill sets that they were going to learn and who they were going to learn them from. So, getting to see him in one of the companies that he has, Ailey, how he plans things out, how he helps everyone. He definitely always makes sure that everyone is taken care of in terms of what they're learning, what he can help with. And one of the great things is that he's very inclusive in, his success. So we're very fortunate to have been included as well. Some of the SUM members for his Salesforce in the face mask project that he did over the summer and, in the beginning parts of the COVID pandemic. So one of the great things that he was able to accomplish alongside SUM is the face mask project. So essentially he was able to come into contact with different manufacturers and distributors around the world, selling PPE to different governments and companies across the world. So, we were part of a crazy story that you might have heard of, but we are the 2.5 or 2.492 billion story. And it's insane, as college students and, a person that has multiple businesses, putting those two things together and becoming successful because of it. And, that's what entrepreneurs do. In the most pressured circumstances, you find creative solutions.
Yeah, not only Boomer that comes back and gives back to the organization, we have a lot of other great alumni that come back, and very diverse at that as well. Lorenzo, which is a co-founder of SUM, he's a GTM strategy and ops manager at Brilliant, hired by SAP, and Anthony Ramirez is a business development representative at Oracle and Netsu.
Yeah, and then we have different people from different aspects of business as well. The other side, marketing, we have Charity Clark. She's CEO of She Got Social. She's very into the social media marketing world. So she's actually offered internships to some of our pledges as well. So, there's opportunity in that as well. We have people like Yumi Lang. She's an executive assistant at Tencent, an operations manager at Big Crate Trading Inc. And as well as that, she's a Stanford Innovation Fellow too.
We also have Vanessa and Brandon. Vanessa is a product manager at HireCar, and Brandon Hawkinson which is a software engineer extraordinaire. As you can tell, we have a lot of alumni in different aspects of business, which come back and help us, throughout everything in all our endeavors.
Yeah, so along with the alumni, one of the great things is that, they offer their generous advice, they offer their time to come back as well to teach workshops. So you'll see different alumni from different fields as mentioned before, so you'll get a really good melting pot of different techniques, different skill sets to learn. And we do this through weekly workshops. So every week you'll be learning a new skill set, a new technique, a different niche understanding of a topic. So this will definitely contribute to your personal and business development, and it'll contribute overall to the advice the different types of advice that you can get from these alumni. So along with that, we do have events with alumni speakers. And, again, you have an opportunity to actually get that niche advice that you want when you're creating a business or when you're trying to join one as well.
We also have a lot of networking events, especially within Mahalo. So what we try to do in SUM is we try to widen our network within SUM, but we also want you guys to build your connections throughout Mahalo and Fullerton in general. We are planning an REA event in the middle of the semester. REA is Real Estate Association. So for those who are interested in real estate, we're going to be building our connections and network with that organization. The biggest event that we have in the semester is the 8-Hour Business Challenge. The 8-Hour Business Challenge is when we have the pledges, take what they learned from the workshops, what they've learned from their mentors, and what they've learned from the alumni speakers, and put it into an 8-hour window where they have to create a business with their fellow pledges. For this event, the alumni speakers come back and decide, which company would they invest in. And then last but not least, we have the Pledge $250 scholarship opportunity. Here are the workshop topics. So we have human resources, marketing and sales, pitching and networking, management, research and development, finance and law, AI and operations. We kind of go over all aspects of business. And the reason is it's most beneficial if you are going into business. Actually in any career, it's beneficial to know, all these aspects of business. For me, like I was talking earlier about the 2 projects I was working on, the marketing, or when I was going into the food tours, I needed to learn web design, I needed to know marketing, I needed to know the finance behind it, and everything in between, and know how to pitch my product. So going through all these workshops really was beneficial to me and can be beneficial to you guys as well.
So as Alex mentioned before, going more in depth into the scholarship opportunity, it's a $250 scholarship opportunity that we present to you guys as recruits. So essentially what you would be doing is you would be creating an outline of a business. And essentially it's going through the question, what are you doing to get through COVID financially? So what product, what service, what just item in general can you create income from? What can you do to earn income? So essentially you'd be creating a detailed business plan, outlining this through the steps, the goals, the skill sets you need to learn in order to get it done, as well as, your finance plan. How do you plan to actually invest into this? Do you have the initial capital, or do you need to find an investor for it? As well as that, how do you plan to market it? How do you plan to actually sell it? So basically you'd be going through these outlines and, creating a detailed essay that goes over it. At the end, the 4 judges, which will include Alex, myself, chief of staff, and an alumni director, essentially what we'll do is pick the best essay and then give the $250 to that person.
So the cost to become a pledge is $100. We chose this price because through the COVID crisis, we wanted to be a little cheaper because it was actually double this price in previous semesters. So the costs include the workshops that we provide on a weekly basis, the scholarship opportunity, which is priced at $250, the alumni mentors that come back, and merchandise. Every pledge class gets free merchandise for their specific class, and socials.
Yeah, so essentially the game plan that you guys will be looking forward to is, the first thing is getting to know us. So, right now you're getting to know us on a very surface level, but, what we like to do is create interviews where, you guys get to interview board members, alumni, actives in general. You get to know them a little bit more in depth. And the great thing about this is that it allows you to learn from them, and then they can possibly learn from you as well. After that, we would have a bid dinner. So that bid dinner is a great way for you to network as well, again, because alumni attend, actives attend, and again, it's a big melting pot of opportunities that you can exchange with each other, as well as ideas, influences, and just ways of thinking. Then after that, you have big and little reveal. So essentially that's where you get a mentor, and what I would see it more so is as a friend that influences you in the correct way or in the right way, where you both of you guys are getting things done. And it's really nice to have friends that you can really find a lot of similarities to. So essentially they'd be like a mentor and a friend. The next thing would be the 8-hour business challenge that Alex mentioned. So this is a chance for you to get to apply all the skill sets that you learned from the workshops, and actually cut that learning curve in half, because the investors that we have will basically be critiquing you on it. So instead of you going out into the world and trying to do a business, you can cut those errors from the beginning and not have to suffer as much of the consequences that sometimes can include the financial aspects as well. After that, you'd be looking at the induction. So this is where you guys officially turn from pledges into active members, and you're officially integrated into the organization. You'll be tested on different aspects that you learned throughout the workshops, as well as more integral parts of the fraternity itself and what we stand for. And at the end, we have a banquet to celebrate. Of course, it'll be different this year because we have a virtual platform for it, but it's a great way for everyone just to celebrate the achievements of what got done during the semester, and an opportunity for the next board to be introduced as well. So yeah, as you guys could see, we have different resources available to you guys from different parts of business, everything from the technical workshops, to the alumni that come back and help you personally with niche advice, personal to the type of business that you're trying to create. You have mentorship, you have guidance, and I think a big important factor to this is you have that mutual ambition. So your battery for motivation doesn't really wear off as easily because you're surrounded by these people. So if you guys have any questions in regards to anything in the presentation, or just in general the club itself, the organization, we would love to answer them for you. My name is Melissa Munoz, and my contact information is right there. Anything that we can help you with, we'd be happy to do it.
Yeah, and my name is Alex Benayer. My contact information is also below. And we also have the director of pledges, Simran Shima. She will be taking care of all the pledges this semester, so definitely reach out to her if you guys are interested as well. hopefully we will hear from you guys soon.